Why Airsoft might not be for you. If you are here, chances are you've either already tried Airsoft or you are thinking about it. Maybe you've seen some cool Airsoft footage online or your buddies have been bugging you to join them for the next big match. But here's the thing, Airsoft is not for everyone. It's not always the fun, action-packed, adrenaline-fueled experience some people or videos make it out to be. Today, we are going to break down why Airsoft might not be for you. Maybe it's not the right sport, or maybe you are just not ready for what it takes. Either way, stick around because we are going to be looking at a few aspects of the game that can make you question whether it's worth your time and money. The frustration factor. Let's face it, Airsoft can be frustrating. No matter how good you are going to get shot a lot. And when you are in the middle of a game, you are going to make mistakes, whether it's running out of ammo, missing a crucial shot, or getting sniped from across the field. If you are someone who can't handle setbacks or doesn't like losing, you are going to have a tough time staying motivated. You know that feeling when you just can't hit the broadside of a barn, or when you've been sitting behind a cover for 10 minutes only to have someone walk right by and take you out? Yeah, that happens more than you think. And if you are not able to laugh about it and shake it off, you might find Airsoft becoming a more negative experience than a fun one. Airsoft is not for people who get easily triggered and like to start arguments. Now, on a positive note, all this challenge makes Airsoft exciting. There is always something you can improve. You just need to enjoy the process. The pain factor. Here is another thing you might not realize until you've been playing for a while. Airsoft hurts. Sure, there are sports that hurt way more, like boxing, but those BBs can sting. And depending on the distance and power of your opponent's replica, it can leave some pretty gnarly welts. I mean, look at this. Do I look like I'm enjoying this? No, those BBs can leave bruises, and if you are not wearing proper protective gear, you are going to feel every shot. If you are someone who cannot handle a bit of pain or doesn't want to risk injury, Airsoft can be a real deterrent. And you can forget about trying to play in shorts, unless you are cool with those marks on your legs. If the idea of getting hit by a flying plastic projectile doesn't sound fun to you, you might want to reconsider your involvement in this sport. The physical demand. Let's talk about the physical side of Airsoft. Sure, Airsoft might look like a chill game on YouTube with all those cool slow motion shots of players diving into cover. But trust me, it's a workout. Airsoft involves a lot of sprinting, crouching, crawling, and staying low to the ground. If you are out of shape or not physically prepared, you are going to tire quickly. And when you're gasping for breath, your gameplay is going to suffer. You'll find yourself getting hit more often and your ability to react in those high-stress moments will drop. And don't get me even started on the outdoor matches. If you are playing in the woods, you might be turning through muddy terrain, climbing over fallen logs, or walking for miles to get to the action. This sport is not for the sedentary gamer looking for a leisurely afternoon. The mental challenge. Let's talk about the mental game. Airsoft isn't just about running around with a replica and shooting. It's also about strategy and teamwork. You have to stay focused, keep track of your ammo, remember where your teammates are, and stay aware of your surroundings. Sounds easy, right? Well, not so much. Here is a common scenario for beginners. You are running through the field, guns blazing, adrenaline's pumping, only to get ambushed from behind. But why? Because you didn't check your six. Maybe you are focusing too much on one opponent, or you are so tunnel visioned that you miss the enemy flanking you. If you don't have a strong sense of situational awareness or the ability to think on your feet, Airsoft will quickly become frustrating. And then there is teamwork. Airsoft is almost always a team sport. If you are not able to communicate well, or in some cases follow orders, you'll be a liability to your team. Whether you are a lone wolf or just don't enjoy working with others, you might find yourself getting frustrated with the constant need to cooperate and strategize. The time commitment. If you are someone with a busy schedule, Airsoft might not be the sport for you. Matches can be long, anywhere from 2 to 6 hours, depending on the event. Plus, you have to factor in travel time, set up and take down. If you've got kids, a full-time job, or just lots of going on in your life, committing to Airsoft can be a challenge. You might only get to play once a month or less. And in a sport like this, that can leave you behind in skill development. Also, Airsoft communities can be tight-knit. If you are constantly missing out on games because of scheduling conflicts, you may find it harder to stay involved and make progress as a player. Airsoft requires dedication, and if you don't have the time to commit, it can feel like you are missing out, or worse, wasting your money. The financial commitment. Airsoft isn't a cheap hobby. Sure, you can start with a basic rifle for around $100 and you can have loads of fun, but if you really get into it, that's just the tip of the iceberg. You've got to think about BBs, gas, magazines, batteries, chargers, tactical gear, the list goes on. And the better your gear, the more you'll spend. If you want a high-quality AEG, automatic electric gun, you are looking at anywhere from $300 to $1,000. Oh, and don't forget about the protective gear. You need goggles, face masks, tactical vest, belts, proper shoes, all of which can run you hundreds of bucks, depending on the quality, of course. Soon, you'll also start looking at other replicas, because who wants to play with the same thing every single day, right? Eventually, you might end up with 5 or more replicas on the wall. Not to mention the field fees, fuel for traveling to events, and maybe a few extra snacks to keep your energy up. So, if you are someone who doesn't like spending a lot of money or isn't ready for that kind of commitment, Airsoft might burn a hole in your wallet. Airsoft is not for everyone. After all this, you might be asking yourself, is Airsoft really for me? Well, it all comes down to your personal preferences, lifestyle, and mindset. If you are looking for a low-cost, low-effort, pain-free activity, Airsoft is probably not your game. But if you are ready for the challenge, willing to put in the time, and can handle a few bumps and bruises along the way, then Airsoft could be your new favorite hobby. Just remember, it's not for everyone, and there is no shame in deciding it's not your thing. After all this, you feel like Airsoft isn't the right fit for you? Don't worry. There are plenty of other fun activities out there that can give you all that thrill and excitement. And for the rest of you who are still interested, well, welcome to the world of Airsoft. It's a fantastic community with tons of potential for growth and improvement. The opportunities in terms of replicas, gear, tactics, and fun along the way are literally endless. Let me know in the comments what is or was your biggest Airsoft struggle. Is there something you'd like to warn the others about? See you in the next one.